Hi, welcome to Diane's Diet. Today we're making a chicken salad, and I have a few tips to tell you about the chicken salad. I'm putting in a cup. The recipe online at dianesdiet.com is going to use 2 cups, but I'm just making a portion now because I had to measure it out so I could calculate the calories. So I cube the chicken. You just boil chicken in a pot of water with some carrots and celery. Then you could strain out the liquid and put it in containers, freeze it, and you'll have some chicken broth or chicken stock, which is great to use later. But the key to this chicken salad, I got it from my friend Kim, is the texture of the chicken. And it's because we just grind it all up in the food processor. So I'm just going to give this a whiz. Get tiny pieces. The first time I made this, I had 2 forks and shredded it by hand. And it took way too long, so I called Kim and said, "What did you do?" And she said that she just throws the chicken in a food processor. And I tell you, the only thing that has calories, the chicken, a cup of chicken is like 40 calories, boiled chicken. And then instead of adding a ton of mayonnaise, I add a tiny bit of chicken stock to it to get it a little moist. So you need less mayonnaise. And then you're going to add some celery, which I'll show you. So I have my camera, my friend, my CLL camera lady Laura here with me. And while I'm just going to show you, you want just tiny pieces of celery. So you're going to slice the celery like that. And then you're just going to chop it into tiny pieces. So I already have that chopped over here, and I'll throw that in. It's like 1 stalk of celery per 1 cup of chicken, but it'll be double on the website. And then we're going to use half an apple in there also. But I told Laura I had a story for her because I was listening to the radio this morning, and they were talking about this book, which I'm not going to tell you the name of.
Oh, you haven't read it yet.
I have it for you. I finished it. But the funny story is, and it's, you probably all know it already, but they say it's porn for women.
And for men.
And for men. It is. It's definitely porn for women, and then the men love it too. So, but the, we were at a neighbor's house the other day playing cards. Do you remember? And I was telling the woman about the book, and they downloaded it right away on their Kindles. Well, I saw one of the women at the gym, and she was with a friend of hers, and she goes, "Diane, how far have you gotten in that book?" And I said, "Well, I'm about 3/4 done. I'm getting through it." She goes, "I can't believe you haven't finished it." She had read the first book and second book already, and was on the 3rd book. And I'll call our friends Thelma and Louise. Thelma was the one who downloaded it that night when I was still reading the first book. And then Louise, she had told about the book, and Louise had read all 3 already.
Oh, wow.
All 3.
Do they have the hard copies? I got to get going on this book.
Well, they say women are buying the Kindles just to download the book because they don't want to go in the store and buy it, but I have the book.
So Thelma and Louise both have the Kindle?
Thelma and Louise both have the Kindle.
Uh-oh.
And I have the first book, but I'm going to order the second book. And because I said I'm just going to stop at the first book. I don't think my husband wants me to stop at the first book. I think I'm going to have to buy the second book. So I'm cutting this apple up in, just like I cut up the celery, in just tiny little pieces. But I heard they're making it into a movie, which I think...
A porn movie or a regular movie?
It'll have to, for it to be any good, it'll have to be a porn movie. But I'm hoping, I heard HBO is one of the people who may get it. That will be the place for it, like on cable. Okay, so we have our chicken, celery, and apples all mixed in. I put in a little chicken stock in the chicken. So besides the texture of the chicken, the other thing is I add a little bit of garlic powder. That's the other secret. I make this all the time. Some pepper. Made this many times for our tennis team, and you serve it with Ritz crackers. This is the best chicken salad on Ritz. It really is. Add a little bit of salt, not too much, because then we're going to add mayonnaise. And you can use low-fat mayonnaise. I use regular mayonnaise because this is the only thing adding the fat in this, and you don't need as much because you put in a little bit of chicken stock. And it's delicious. You put in the chicken stock, you put in a lot of the apples for sweetness and flavor, and you put in the celery. So it's all done, so Laura's going to give it a try. I have some tomatoes and lettuce here. Oh, you know the first thing? Let me get a spoon. I have to taste it. Make sure I salted it correctly before I give it to her and kill her. A little bit more salt. It's good. So we're going to put some of that in a pita bread, which half a pita has about 70 calories, and some tomato and lettuce. I don't know if you could see it there. And that's lunch, or dinner, in the case of tonight when I feed this to my family, because I made it. Okay, Laura, tell us how you like it.
I think Mila wants some.
Hear my dog in the background.
Oh, delicious. Really good.
You like it?
Very much.
Thank you for watching Diane's Diet. You can find the recipe on dianesdiet.com, and I hope to see you in a few days. Bye-bye. Okay, what'd you say?
I said hot flash, hot flash.
Water stain. Just trying to get it dry.
It's the X-rated version.